Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome back. Welcome to those of you who are new. My name is Jackie. Let's get right into your messages for the 23rd to the 31st. For those of you who are new here, I do weekly messages for all the astrological archetypes. I mix tarot with astrology, numerology, and psychology. And we like to see what comes up. So lots of kind of feel-good energy, honestly, I feel like this week. You know, this is like a nice in-between period, I feel like. I just kind of do. Coming into this from the 23rd, 24th, kind of into the 25th, you guys are going to have the moon in Pisces in your 12th house to hang out with Neptune. It's a very dreamy energy, you guys. Very, very dreamy. It's a great energy for you guys to meditate. It's a great energy for you guys to really look at your past, look at any sort of, because the 12th house is really about, there's a healing energy there. It's about closure and spirituality and looking at karmic cycles and where you limit yourself, right? The 12th house rules your subconscious. So the moon rules our emotions. So to have the moon in there with Neptune, it's a very sort of dreamy energy. It's a very creative energy too for those of you in that space. Really nice in that way. But it can also be an energy for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you where you might be in your subconscious mind feeling like you maybe are getting the lousy end of the stick in a situation, right? Where if you want to make a situation work, you're feeling like you have to martyr yourself. You have to sacrifice something. Or you've been feeling like you might be feeling, especially if you've been feeling like you haven't been treated very fairly, having to do with the situation. So that energy is going to be highlighted, right? Then on the 25th, though, the moon moves into Aries in your first house of self, where you have Chiron retrograde. So if you have been treated very unfairly in the middle of this week, you're going to be like, hold on a second. I'm not sure I'm okay with that, right? You're going to sort of find that voice. Not that you have trouble finding your voice, but you really are going to find your voice in a way where you're going to be able to at least articulate what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you want, right? With that moon in your first house of self, you're going to be very tuned into your emotions and your approach to life and what it is that you feel. New beginnings, particularly that you're really feeling very moved to sort of take on right now. And then going into the 27th, we have the moon going into your second house of money, work, income, daily routines, your habits, your priorities, what things that you like to do. And guys, this is going to be a nice energy. 27th, 28th, 29th, nice energy. The moon is exalted in Taurus. And to have the moon exalted in Taurus in your money sector, yes, yes, yes. And you're going to be very focused, a lot of you, on being able to bring yourself security in that area, right? Because Taurus is all about that, right? It's an earth sign, so it's all about security. And then finally on the 3rd, we're just going to go up to like the 30th into the 31st. The moon is going into Gemini. Now, this is the thing. In your third house, the third house is where Gemini lives. So your mind and your thinking and your communication skills are going to be popping, Aries. They just are. You're going to be like very social. You're going to want to just like, your mind is going to kind of be scattered, but in a very I feel like it's going to be as a result of what you realize, right? In that 12th house energy at the beginning of the week, you're going to feel very motivated to get something going that's going to make you feel a lot more grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. And also on the 30th, we have Mercury going from Virgo into Libra, from your 6th house into your 7th house. So what does that mean? Mercury is then going to be hanging out with a Venus in Libra in that 7th house of communication. Really nice energy. Excellent. Except you might be in a space, Aries, don't be surprised if you have some confusion where like there's some analysis paralysis. I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm not really sure, right? That is the Libra energy. And 7th house, relationships, Venus is hanging out in there, and Mercury is all about communication and thinking. So if you're feeling like your thoughts are kind of a little scattered when it comes to either your relationships, contractual obligations, any sort of close connection where you have a soul connection, a literal contractual connection or just a soul connection, that's why, because Mercury is in Libra there. But I have to tell you, it's a very beautiful energy where you're going to be a lot more fair, right? A lot more fair. So we have, starting out, just to get the general lay of the land, we have temptation, keep your commitments, dreams. Of course you have dreams, right? Because it was talk the moon's going to be in Pisces in that 12th house for you. And chaos and conflict. Okay, so some of you may be in a space where you sort of just want to get the hell out of Dodge in your own life, right? Where you want to just do a little escaping. And that is not uncommon when the moon is in the 12th house with Pisces, because Pisces is the house of escapism. It is the house of self-sabotaging behavior, and with Neptune, its ruler, hanging out in there with you. Don't be surprised if you feel a little tempted to just do whatever you need in your life just to like not deal with things. Just make sure that you do keep your commitments, because it's very easy to sort of say, all right, I'm not dealing with this now. Right, but keep at least one finger or foot on your dream and what it is that you are starting to crystallize that you actually really want for yourself. And look at the chaos and conflict in your life. Where is there imbalance? Don't run away from that. You know, I'm seeing here you're gonna feel like this could be anything from I want to just like go out and party. I want to go do A, B, and C with this person, that person. I'm going shopping therapy. Let me go hang at the bar. Let me, let me down a bottle of wine. Whatever the case is, right? Get lost in gaming. It really could be anything. Go to the gym for 5 hours. You just want to be careful of bounds, because look at the chaos and conflict. That's something that actually needs to be recognized. So we have the two of Earth, which is the Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here, Aries, that you're in this space where you're needing to negotiate something, and you need to make a decision regarding more than one path that you're on. So it's like there are two paths, maybe even three, but I feel like there are two specific paths in front of you. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I stay in this relationship or should I not? Should I be in this one or that one? Should I stay in this job or should I start my own business? That kind of jam, right? However that's going to resonate with you. But you're in this space of negotiating where you do need to accept what's not working out, accept what's dying. There is this need to recognize, and two, also, listen, with the Two of Pentacles energy, as you're negotiating, you have to really get, like, kind of lean into when you're trying to figure out, should I do this or should I do that? Where do you feel the greatest sense of lack? In money, in connection, in happiness, in comfort? You know what I mean? Where is the lack? And let that drive your decision. Because wherever you're feeling that immense sense of lack, it's like that's got to go. That's the thing that's got to go. And then we have alchemy, which is really nice. And I like that it's being clarified by the building blocks energy, because what this tells me is that there's got to be this understanding that in order for you to move forward in the way that's best for you, it's not one straight line. First you do this, and then you have to do that, and then level up and do that, and then that, and then that. You don't want to you keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on the end goal, but don't be too frustrated with all of the in-between that is going to be necessary to be able to either build something, fix something, whatever it is. There's this building block, and the alchemy is just about, think about a cake, right? We have a lot of ingredients. We put this, then we put that, we put this and we put that, and then we mix it together, and then we have to give it time to bake, right? In other words, time to be nurtured and matured, right? So there's got to be this level of patience, really, is at the end of the day what that really means. So then we have the Four of Water. So this is the Four of Cups, and we have this energy. It's restlessness and boredom and feeling disillusioned and just wondering if things are ever going to change. You know, the fact that we're getting this, you just want to be careful that if something's not working out, you want to make sure that you don't blame only an external situation, like the job market is lousy, or there are no good people out there to meet, or this relationship isn't working out because of them. I'm totally blameless, that kind of thing. All of that might be true, but then don't wallow in that. Meaning, figure out why something's not working and then change your strategy, right? Because something's got to be healed within you from your past that's not healed. And this situation is poking at it. So while that relationship not working out may primarily be because of your partner, your issues with career may be that horrible boss or those toxic colleagues or whatever the case is, all of that might be true. But now what are you going to do? Like, now, you know what I'm saying? Follow-up question is, now what? Well, you know what you're going to do? Laugh at your demons. You know, it's funny. Before I put the camera on, I was looking through my cards to look for, like, as I know I have, like, funny cards. Like, I have cat tarot card, you know, like, cute. As I was just like, this is such a good week to just laugh at ourselves, because it's sort of in between things. Mercury's not going retrograde until next month. We just had so many weird energies, this complex energies hitting us, and this is just a good week to just laugh at ourselves as we transition into something else, especially towards the end of the week. With the moon in Gemini always likes to have a good laugh at yourself. Best medicine. But because listen, it's a mix. Hole in the soul. You know, going back to the Two of Pentacle energy, you have to figure out, where do you feel the sense of lack? Where do you feel like something's missing? And you know if you're trying to convince yourself to stay in that job, that relationship, make excuses for that person, you know, there's some sort of vacancy there. And it's time to really look at that and clean it up on your end. Because you can't clean up anybody else's stuff. You can only clean up your own, right? So you can't say, well, you know, this would work out if only you would, or if only they would, or if only, well, they're not, you know. And if they do, awesome, cherry on top. But you can only, right? You can only really sort of mitigate your own stuff, as I always say. So let's go into, I don't know, what do we want to do? I think I'm going to do general messages for you, and then a separate relationship read, like I always do. All right. Let's see what we have here. Let's just lay a bunch down, and then I'll just pull together a holistic message based on what the cards are telling me. All right, so we have the Page of Cups. Page always means a new cycle, right? So here we are. I'm seeing this as there's some sort of offer coming in, and trying to figure out the psychological motivation of somebody. You know, we have this Ten of Cups energy here, which is about family, contentment, benefits of security. This is a great energy for partnership, family, for business partnership, regular intimate partnership, whatever it is. Whatever you're working on, finally coming together in areas of, whether it's romance, communication, business, family, whatever it is. But it's trying to figure out the psychological motivation so there could be happiness, because you are feeling this sort of disillusionment. That I feel like there is this restlessness as you're sort of entering this new stage. Even though there is some sort of offer coming in, there's this recognition that something's amiss. Something's amiss. With the Devil energy, it's about like a feeling very shackled energy. Devil is very difficult relationships being indicated here. So this could be anything from, if it's an intimate relationship or a marriage where somebody's too controlling, there could be cheating, affairs, codependent patterns. You know, maybe there's some sort of financial dependence or other ongoing money or property issues going on here with this situation where you feel like you're sort of attached to the situation because of that. Kind of similarly, though, with career or money, it's like you could be experiencing something what you perceive to be unfair, or you're just really unhappy in work because you have maybe a really domineering boss, or really like just toxic people that you work with. The work environment is just nasty, right? Bunch of psychic vampires dancing around you. It's like, you know, but you have to stay maybe because you feel financially trapped. Or even if it's a family issue, there's some sort of like obligatory energy going on where you're like, you know, I have to deal with this. But it's definitely like the shackling kind of energy. There's definitely this shackling kind of energy that's really inciting this feeling like this is not what I want for myself, whatever it is, right? Because there's this clash of desire and reality here. And it's that tension and that ongoing conflict that you're not going to be able to win right now, Aries. That's the thing, right? Because it's coming up in your spread, it's like you're better off walking away with anger and disappointment, bitterness, whatever it is. Right now, it's a minor arcana. It doesn't have to last, but there's no, like, the louder you yell, they're probably going to tune you out. They're not going to listen to you. And it's almost like words are falling on deaf ears right now. You can't mitigate the situation that you're dealing with, whether it's a person, a group of people, whatever it is. So you really have to just recognize that, okay, this is not working out the way I really wanted it to. Let me just step back, right? Really. And I feel like with the moon in Taurus, again, the moon is very exalted in Taurus, right? And this is a 6 of coin energy. So I feel like for some of you, there's going to be a lot of focus on property, family, generosity, and support, either giving it or receiving it or needing to figure this out. As the 6 of Pentacles is like, I have your back, you have mine kind of thing. It's like this offering of support. 6 of Pentacles is also an energy where you're like, at the end of the day, you're going to be able to take care of yourself just fine. You will, but you're very focused on your security right now. And that's going to be happening, right? I mean, on the 27th, 28th, 29th, we have that moon in Taurus in your second house, which is the 6 of Pentacles energy. So a lot of you may be looking at the reality of a situation regarding money, regarding your ability to feel grounded, rooted, and safe and secure in that relationship, in that situation. But I feel like you're dealing with an energy that's very sort of imbalanced, somebody who you may perceive as being very difficult to please, because right, we have underneath it, we have this Knight of Wands energy. This is a very fiery ambition, very wands are will, passion, and motivation, and the Knights here, not to digress here going in the row, but we have it underneath the Devil. There can be this energy where somebody's making excuses for their poor behavior, and initially it seems like this person is really hard to please, but at the end of the day, it's more to do with the fact that they have some sort of imbalance going on, where it's either an addiction, they're having some sort of affair, and they're trying to or they're just being really unfair with money, having like narcissistic tendencies, being very egocentric, anything like that will cause the imbalance. But it's almost like they're using that as an excuse to speed something up, to go out and exercise their passion and their motivation for what they want in their life, right? So this is something that a lot of you are going to be dealing with. At the same time, some of you may be experiencing that yourselves, where you're feeling just very restless and bored, and you're tapping into that imbalanced Devil energy where you're like, look, I have to get out of it, because this is about events speeding up and blocks being lifted and decisions coming in and your ambitions being fired up. It's like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. And on the 24th and the 25th rather and 26th, when the moon is going to be in your first house, you're going to feel very amped up to just make something happen. Doesn't mean that you're going to be cheating. It just means that you're going to have a really hard time sitting patiently, waiting for somebody else to figure out what it is that they want, or if something's going to be able to actually work out in the long run, as you are thinking about moving on. The Three of Wands is a great energy. It's one of the good fortune cards. This has to do with the thriving business, a really busy, intense period for those of you with money and career on your mind. This is also an indicator for some of you, a wedding, or at least a very, very important relationship. And it's you moving on, though, to realize your plans. So, but the thing is this, it's like new, right? When we have this 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands energy, it's like really somebody, I was just going to turn it around, so silly of me. But you see how his back is turned to the past. So there's like this dealing with something new. So you're really looking to do something new, unconventional, dealing with unconventional people. You may find yourself in an unconventional situation, or you may be tapping into something that you perceive to be very unconventional about you, right? Where you're in this space where you're just basking in your uniqueness, right? But I do have to say, following the line down, having the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then the 3 of Wands, there is a lot of page-turning energy here that you are very ready for. There's no question. You're feeling very restless. You don't want to just sit around and wait. And the reality, the truth of that Queen of Wands, 5 of Swords, and then we have the Hangman energy. The truth about a person or a situation can't be unseen. And so you're in the space of saying, all right, if I stay in this situation, am I going to end up getting the lousy end of the stick? Kind of like I was saying before, am I going to end up, first of all, you may be in a space of wondering what is even going on with the particular person and a situation. for some of you. For others of you, you may be in this pause state because somebody else is waiting for you to give your promise to something, or the thumbs up of something, or somebody might be waiting to find out how you feel about them, right? It could always be vice versa, but regardless, the hangman energy is a Neptunian energy. And so it's like, all right, this is not totally clear for me, so I need to sit back and give this a minute, right? Allow the delay to what happened, whatever is happening. Because there is some sort of delay. But then we have the beautiful Eight of Wands coming in. This is a really good energy. This is Mercury and Sag. This is good news coming in. Lots of busy communication. This is great if you've been feeling held back or stuck waiting for a decision. Really good news for growth coming in here. For a relationship, great news about love, especially if you guys have been in a space of separation. Let's get some more information about that. Okay. All right, let's get some qualifiers for those. Wow, okay. I'll take it. It's like this energy, it's like, damn it, I want to be happy. I don't want any more of the toxic nonsense, right? Because we have the Queen of Cups energy, which is Gemini and Cancer, right? So just a conversation about what it is. It could be literally a conversation about a house, because Cancer is home, 4th house of home. But it could also be a conversation about what you need in order to feel comfortable, safe, secure, what it is that you need, right? Having the emotional intelligence to not be afraid of going there, and not being afraid to have that conversation. And just there's a lot of emotional honesty that's exercised here, I have to tell you. If you have to have that conversation at any point during the week, because I feel like you are going to be having that conversation in order to settle a conflict, either within yourself or with somebody else, I would say, you know, probably better to wait like 27th, 28th, 29th. The moon's hanging in Taurus for like 3 days, but I like the Taurus energy because it's grounded and the moon's exalted there. So if you have to have that important conversation, I would try to like wait until that part of the week, again, 27, 28, 29. But there's got to be some conversation about a very painful period needing to be over. Even if it hurts for something to be over, it's got to be like ending that relationship once and for all, or ending that challenging time period once and for all, ending that relationship, whatever it is, there is a history here. And the final release of whatever it is going to end up releasing you from the frustration, the disappointment, the stress. Even if it's painful, it's the end of a difficult time. So you're going to be able to lighten up. But what needs to be released here is this King of Wands in the reverse. And this is an energy of a bully. This could also be somebody who's a bit of a player, Aries. Somebody, if they're not a player, they might be struggling with some sort of like, ED, or some sort of like medical issue with their virility or with their sexuality, something like that. But this could also be somebody who's just plumb not ready for something yet right now in a situation, right? It doesn't have to be in an intimate relationship. Obviously, that's not going to connect with all of you. But this could be somebody who's maybe not ready to go to that next level, not ready to work out that situation, not ready to look at themselves, not ready to go into business or address that problem, whatever it is. And then we have the Knight of Swords energy, which is expect the unexpected, roller coaster energy, unpredictable, sudden truths popping out, things coming to light, underlying conflicts being exposed, and all of this stuff. It's like blah kind of thing, but we love the fact that we have the Five of Wands in reverse as this final energy, because this energy means harmony, success, and problems being resolved. So it does look like some sort of conversation is going to go in your favor. Again, try to do it while the moon is in Taurus. Definitely recommend. Especially if it has anything to do with money of any kind. Okay, especially. All right. Let me know if you guys like me talking about the moon. I'm talking about the moon because we really don't have a lot popping this week, to be honest with you. Mercury entering Libra from Virgo. All right. So we go from being really critical to being fair, but confused. So, I mean, that's important to understand, but I'm happy to say that it's a relatively chill week. So it's just good to understand what's cooking with our emotions, right? So we can understand what's going on. All right, so let's pull for those of you in relationship. Let's pull a 7 card. Oh, hello. Okay, 7 card ellipse. See what we have going on. And I'm going to pull my baby right away. Aren't they cute? As clarifiers. All right, so we're going to go starting off with Temperance. Yeah, so trying to figure something out, right? I mean, this is in numerology, this is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant energy would be a marriage card, or at least a very committed partnership. So trying to figure out some sort of cooperation, trying to figure out a new level of trust, trying to get past a really challenging time period with somebody. It does seem like there was this attempt at tempering, at trying to reconcile. It could be some of you were in a space of beautiful reconciliation coming into this energy. Others of you are trying to reconcile issues within the relationship, right? As you come in to this. But it is this idea of like, what do you need? What do they need? What does the relationship need, kind of thing. And right now there is this King of Pentacles energy that needs to be looked at. You know, King of Pentacles is a nice energy, right? I mean, this is like a very generous person, right? It's Aries and it's you and Taurus, it's Aries and Taurus. Very generous, hardworking, like to be in a settled relationship, right? Likes to protect what they care about and all of that. But this energy has no patience for anyone looking to take what's his. Whether it's his money, or whether it's trying to change him, or whether it's trying to put any sort of, you know, what he perceives to be as unfair, fill in the blank, upon him, right? Now, this doesn't have to be him, obviously, it could be her as well. You know, gender doesn't matter in tarot. So you're really just going for the idea. So there is this thing where it's like, there's somebody who wants to be solid, but it's like, but, you know, I'm not willing to pay for that, or I'm not willing to change in this way, and that could end up being the sort of point of contention, right? We have that clarified by, for the future, we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands, Cancer and Leo energy. This is you just really wanting to be free. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean you want to get a divorce necessarily, all right? Or you want to break up with that person. It just means that you really want this lightness to you. You want to be able to express yourself without there being a lot of follow-up drama, where you're afraid to open your mouth. That kind of jam, you know what I mean? So this is a really good energy for you to do that. Go after what you want, say what you have to, but the big but here is make sure that you're not focusing on either a situation within the relationship having to be a certain way, whether you're putting that on the relationship or somebody else is putting it on the relationship, right? Because whenever we have the King of Wands here, there's always this idea of perfectionism is always a thing. So you just want to be careful of that. But the advice here is 10 of Cups, just be happy, right? Just be happy. Family, contentment, security, excellent for all partnerships, right? And anything that you've been working hard on, focus on, the advice here is focus on figuring out how to bring that together. And like, where is something off? Look at that and have that conversation about that thing, you know? Now, external to you, that would be others. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's sort of maybe taking a step back. This could Jupiter and Leo energy. This could be happening internally, where there's this kind of step back, taking a time out for perspective. Maybe working on themselves a bit, but trying to figure out a better strategy for moving forward in your relationship. Trying to figure out a better strategy to deal with whatever situation is at hand. Whatever it is. But the challenge here, right? I mean, the hope and the fear, which always shows up as a challenge, is the world, of course. You want things to work out naturally. The world is the best card in the deck. When it comes to relationships, this is about happiness, fulfilling and loving, right? So that's certainly what you want. But as the challenge here, you might feel ready to move on, but you feel blocked, or you feel undeserving, or you're holding on to something within the relationship that is sort of like, you really have to ask yourself if it's worth holding on to. But whatever it is, it's time to redefine what you want and make the adjustment accordingly, because you don't want to be holding on to something that's not possible. Just know that one good, really good thing with the world energy, the world and the sun are always still positive. whatever challenges are coming up here, they're minor. It just might take some time to work it out or to get what is coming in. It's very important that you keep the faith right now so that you can end up manifesting it as that beautiful, successful relationship, right, that you do want. And then we have the outcome is the Ace of Cups. Now, for some of you, maybe this is something that you're working through in a past relationship and you're meeting somebody else and falling in love with somebody else. For others of you, this is maybe having a baby was an issue. This is fertility and pregnancy. Maybe not feeling very supported by your partner. This is showing strong love and support. But it's a new beginning, right? And it's prioritizing things in a different way. So let me just see if we can bring any more clarification here. We have the Justice energy. We have the Wheel. Taking a chance. We have the Swords. The Chariot. I kind of like these. I could fit more on the table. All right, cool. So I like that we got the Justice and the Strength card bookended here. So the Justice energy really is about fairness, right? To Libra energy, 7th house of partnerships, win-win situations, focusing on fairness within the situation. Remember, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is very concerned about things that are equitable and fair. That's being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So looking at cycles, looking at things that have gone on and being able to deepen the connection in order for you guys to be happy. Because in numerology, this is the Magician, which is straight up Mercury, and that rules Gemini and Virgo, which is all about having a conversation and problem solve, right? And really having to reaching a turning point in a situation, though, and sitting down and having that heart to heart. Don't be surprised, though, when you have the heart to heart that you do have that 5 of Swords energy where it's like, whoa, right? This is not what I want, right? There's this clash again between what it is that you want and the reality that you're living, and you're feeling like, if we can't work this out, we can have a meeting in the mind. I can't see myself staying, because you really want to just get away from the toxicity. You don't want to deal with it, but I feel like whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're going to want to find balance with you. The Strength energy is about being tested, but things being able to get better, but there's a need for balance. But somebody needs their ego stroked here, Aries. Maybe you, maybe them, maybe both of you. Somebody may not be feeling very good about themselves for some reason. And that is what I have for those of you in relationship. Okay. And now let's just pull for those of you in separation. Just a few. Quick pull. Messages for Aries friends in separation. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. Not today. Aries, you're like, nope, sit down. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundaries, still angry. My heart always comes back to you even when I don't want it to. Do you hate that? That happens all the time. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. Right, you guys got that devil energy in the general message here. Your silence feels safer to me. I don't want to get hurt again. Wow, powerful one. The Snake. Ooh, competition, enemy, clever, looking over your shoulder. The other woman, the other man. So it does seem like maybe there was some sort of indiscretion that went on here. It does seem like. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. Okay. Not today. Being apart has been life-changing for me. So someone had like a come to Jesus moment or something. I don't know. My heart always comes back to you even when I don't want it to. Codependent, has a block. I need more time to figure things out, but I don't want to lose you. Your silence feels safer to me. I don't want to get hurt again. Then we have this competition, look, you know, other person energy here. Conflict is the necessary step in the growth process. Be patient. This will pass. So whatever you're feeling right now will pass. It won't stay. As painful, as challenging, or whatever it is for you right now, it does not seem like. Okay. Why don't we pull the Ace of Wands? Very good for you. New chapter of passion, virility, motivation. Page of Pentacles. Card of reconciliation. It can be reconciliation here for some of you. For others of you, it's just literally if you've suffered any kind of mistreatment, things being remedied. So whatever that means for you. But there is this sort of patient new cycle, or a new cycle coming in. The Six of Cups also is a very sort of nostalgic energy. And for some of you, you're like, hell no, I'm never going back there. That's fine. Because I do see you starting with somebody. You could be starting with somebody new. But there is this energy where you have to reconcile whatever issues within you you're still kind of carrying with you about that person in the past, so that you can move forward with a clean slate, you know, so that you're not bringing that yucky energy into that next connection. So that's what I have for those of you in separation. Some of you, it does look like you're going to be rekindling something. Others of you, it looks like you're going to be moving on, but you do still need to resolve whatever conflict. It does seem like you with a bit of a messy energy who really didn't know what they wanted. As we have addiction snake knot today, so there's some self-protection going on against this person, or maybe them against you, right? Depends on, it could always be vice versa. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.